Hello, and welcome back to Storyline Recapped. Today, I'm going to explain a horror thriller movie from 2018 called Truth or Dare. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. The film opens with a teen young lady named Giselle Hammond crossing into Mexico. She stops at a service station to get cigarettes when the representative gets a call. He goes to Giselle and inquires truth or dare? Giselle tosses a match and lights the lady ablaze. We then, at that point, meet understudy Olivia Barron as she is making a video for her YouTube channel to urge others to construct homes for Habitat for Humanity. Her closest companion Marky Cameron enters and inquires as to whether she will join her and their different companions in Mexico for spring break. Albeit at first hesitant, Olivia consents to go. The young ladies join their different companions, Marky's beau Lucas Moreno, street pharmacist Tyson Curran, his kind of alcoholic sweetheart Penelope Amari, and Brad Chang, as they go on an outing to Mexico, investing a great deal of the energy posting recordings and pictures. The companions are at a bar where Olivia sees a plastered Marky hitting the dance floor with another person. She pulls her away before Lucas sees. Olivia goes to the bar where a classmate named Ronnie moves toward her and attempts to hit on her. A close-by benefactor, Carter, berates Ronnie and almost gets into a showdown with him until Olivia tells Ronnie individuals are doing shots close by. Olivia and Carter then, at that point, begin to talk until her companions appear. They intend to return to the room, yet Carter persuades Olivia to get her companions to go along with them and go climbing up to a close-by mission. The gathering shows up at the mission, which has for some time been deserted. Ronnie has followed them too. Olivia strolls by a messed-up urn with a skull on it and leaves in light of a spoiled smell. The gathering then sits to play a game, and Carter proposes truth or dare. They have some good times at first, considering preferring Ronnie giving Tyson a lap dance, Lucas going around stripped, and Penelope making out with Olivia, yet it turns threatening when Olivia picks the truth and Tyson inquires as to whether Marky realizes that she's forever been enamored with Lucas. At the point when it gets to Carter, Marky asks him what his expectations are with Olivia. He straight up concedes that he expected to find somebody who was an obvious objective and had a lot of companions that he could fool into going up there since he's good with outsiders passing on assuming that he will live. Carter tells her that now they are in the game. After getting back, Olivia begins seeing truth or dare? Composed of most things she goes over. She goes to search for Marky in the library and is then encircled by different understudies whose appearances transform into turned smiles with red eyes. They all serenade truth or dare until Olivia picks the truth. She is approached to uncover what secret her companion is requesting that she keep, and Olivia yells to the entire library that Marky is continually undermining Lucas. He and Marky hear it, and he leaves. Olivia attempts to account for herself to Marky, however, she takes steps to break her hand. That evening at a bar, Ronnie attempts to play with an individual understudy named Alexis, however, she rushes to dismiss him. Her face then, at that point, transforms and she hits him with a truth or dare? Ronnie picks dare, and Alexis advises him to flaunt his intimate organ at the bar. He remains on the pool table to do so, however at that point feels uncertain when another young lady derides him for it. Ronnie then rules against the challenge, making him slip and break his neck against the edge of another table. Olivia and her companions are in Brad's loft where they see Ronnie's passing on record. Olivia attempts to persuade her companions that the game is genuine, yet no one trusts her. Lucas leaves in the wake of getting his things, and he strolls by a back street where he hears a voice calling to him and requesting that he play. He considers the inquiry to be spray painting on the divider, and it begins to get copied into his skin. Lucas then, at that point, calls Olivia to say he trusts her now, as he picked the truth and was gotten some information about Olivia. He tells her that he at times envisions what it might be wanna be with her all things considered, even though he realizes it can't work out. The gathering assembles at the house that Olivia imparts to Marky and Penelope to let Marky know that the game is genuine. They understand it is going in light of the request in which they played. Marky gets a text since it's her move, and she picks dare. She has thought for even a moment to proceed with her guarantee of breaking Olivia's hand. Olivia snatches a sled and attempts to get Marky to proceed with it, even though she is hesitant. Olivia inspires her to do it while calling her dad a defeatist. Lucas and Brad take Olivia to the clinic. It's Brad's chance to play, and he picks truth. He is then compelled to emerge as gay to his dad, Han, a homophobic cop. Brad lets Olivia and Lucas know that he did everything the game set him to do, and his dad was good with it. It is presently Tyson's chance to play, and he is his drug school interview. The others attempt to pursue him to stop him, however, the questioner becomes Hat and powers Tyson to play. He picks Truth and is approached to concede that he composes counterfeit solutions for understudies. He denies it, and he then becomes had. Tyson puts a pen in his eye and afterward hammers his head against the divider to drive it in, killing him. Penelope is as yet faltering from Tyson's passing, so she begins drinking vigorously. Sadly, it's her turn now, and when she attempts to pick Truth, the game devil tells her it doesn't work like that, and she should pick Dare. Marky tracks down Penelope on the top of the house after being thought of for even a moment to stroll around the entire rooftop while bringing down the remainder of her vodka. The others get a sleeping cushion to get her on the off chance that she falls, while Lucas remains on the rooftop to help out. Penelope completes the container and falls as Marky and Brad put the sleeping cushion on top of the vehicle, getting her. The companions learn about Giselle and what she did. They reach out to her through a phony Facebook record and request to get together with her so she can clear up for them what's going on. Giselle makes sense that she and her companions were at the mission where one of her companions, Sam, had been playing and breaking things, which might have been the way the revile began, and presently every last bit of her different companions is dead. Giselle then uncovers that she was thought for even a moment to kill Olivia. She points a firearm at her and fires, yet Penelope pushes Olivia far removed and has a lethally chance all things considered. Brad and Lucas attempt to wrestle the weapon away from Giselle, however since she bombed the challenge, her face transforms and she is compelled to shoot herself in the head. Olivia is addressed by an investigator after what has occurred. She makes sense of what she found out about Giselle, and the investigator shows Olivia photos of Giselle's companions to check whether any of them may be Carter or Sam. However, Olivia doesn't perceive any of them. It is presently Olivia's move. She picks Dare and is compelled to lay down with Lucas. She tells Marky she picked Dare with the goal that her companions wouldn't need to. Marky leaves pissed, and Olivia confesses to Lucas that she picked Dare since there's a mystery she is stowing away from Marky that she can't force herself to concede. She and Lucas begin to make out and engage in sexual relations until Lucas ultimately depends on the play. He picks Truth and should concede who he genuinely adores. He concedes he cherishes Marky more. Olivia gets up and leaves. Marky is sitting external a bistro watching a video of her and her dad. The game devil takes her dad's structure and makes Marky play. She picks the Truth and is inquired as to why she keeps the weapon that he committed suicide with, and she lets it out because she in some cases ponders utilizing it on herself. The companions are at Brad's. He is outside conversing with his dad, who says he adores his child. They embrace, however, the game devil makes Brad pick Dare. He thought about grabbing his dad's firearm and causing him to ask for his life. Olivia and Lucas attempt to run outside, yet a close-by official lethally shoots Brad. Yet again Olivia is at the region where she is addressed by the analyst after they followed the IP address to the phony record and found the message to Giselle in which Marky took steps to remain outside her family's home until the game tried her to consume them as she did the lady from before. The criminal investigator refers to Sam and shows Olivia an image of him. It's Carter. Olivia reunites with Marky and Lucas outside. It's Olivia's move, and she picks Dare. However, the challenge is for her to concede the mystery she's been keeping from Marky. Olivia tells her that she was there the evening of her dad's self-destruction. She had gotten into a battle with her folks and went to Marky's home, yet she wasn't there. Olivia drank with Marky's father until he attempted to go onto her. Olivia let him know Marky would be in an ideal situation assuming he was dead, and Olivia would never force herself to tell Marky. She leaves, presently having no confidence in her companions. Marky returns home and considers self-destruction as she takes out her father's weapon. Olivia goes to her room and figures out how to convince her not to make it happen. After doing more research, Olivia and Lucas find an article on the Rosarito mission where they played the game. Olivia and Lucas drive to Tijuana to track down Inez, where she resides with her granddaughter. After holding up some time, Olivia and Lucas enter to converse with Inez, yet she is quiet and can convey through composition. Inez concedes that she was a previous pious devotee who might confront maltreatment alongside different nuns from the cleric. She brought an evil spirit called Calax, prompting the minister's passing yet additionally a revile. Inez shut down it by removing her tongue and putting it in an urn after discussing a mantra, which is what Olivia viewed as broken at the mission. Olivia, Lucas, and Marky find Sam after Olivia got his location from the investigator's documents. Sam has holed himself up in his condo to try not to be tracked down by the game, yet the three power him to go along with them to stop the revile. The 4 revisitation of the mission. They cause Sam to recount the spell, and the mission begins to disintegrate. Lucas is then compelled to play and is considered deciding to kill either Olivia or Marky. He won't play, regardless of knowing what will occur. He and Marky share one final second. Sam plans to remove his tongue, however, Kalak says Lucas and makes him kill Sam and afterward cut his own throat. It is then Marky's move, and she has thought about shooting Olivia. After a battle, she shoots Olivia in the arm. Olivia then challenges Kalak to play, and he picks Truth. She asks how they can escape this alive, and Kalak says they can't, as it won't bring until everybody is to an abrupt halt. Olivia and Marky run out of the mission, and Olivia begins to record a video. She illuminates watchers about the game and its ramifications, and says she is so unfortunately she needs to ask them, truth or dare? After Olivia's inquiry, one of the young ladies' faces starts to transform. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and hit the like button to help the channel out. See ya.